Hi, and welcome to another episode of Conversation with a Chef. I'm Jo Ritty, and I love sharing with you the conversations I get to have with talented and passionate chefs. It's the backstory, if you will, to the food they're putting up. I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the unceded land where this conversation takes place, and I pay my respects to any First Nations people listening today. When Luke's Banh Mi opened in the CBD, the response was extraordinary. Queues ran down Little Bourke Street and more than 1,200 banh mi was sold that first day. In fact, customers were averaging 2 or 3 each, so the real number was far higher. I went into the preview the night before and couldn't resist coming back the very next day just to see it all unfold. I even filmed the line, and for the first time ever, something I posted went viral. But the real story is bigger than one opening. Luke Vu is a third-generation Vietnamese baker whose journey began in his family's bakery in Ho Chi Minh City, with memories of wood-fired bread and early morning deliveries on his bike. After moving to Melbourne and completing a university degree, Luke still couldn't shake the pull of the bakery. The lure of bread, pâté and pickles was too strong, and he soon set up his own shop, first in Reservoir, then in Moonee Ponds in South Melbourne, where the banh mi quickly became local fixtures. That history and the hard work behind every detail made the leap into the city all the more powerful. Hi Luke, it's nice to see you again.
Hi, very good to see you as well.
I came to the preview of the launch, and then the next day I happened to be in the city and I came back just to see all the many people I'd heard about. And the CBD launch was huge. There were 1,200 people. And so you made 1,200 banh mi in a day, and the queues were down Little Bourke Street. In fact, it's actually the first time I took a video of the queue. It's the first time anything that I have put on social media has gone viral. So thank you for providing such great content. What was that moment like for you, that so many people would come out for your banh mi?
So it's very emotional and exciting as well at the same time, because we never expect to have that much of people. It's mean we have lots of love and support from our customer, and I think we work really hard on everything from the product and the all the things that to put together to at that store, and seeing how it turned out is really good.
Yeah.
So the team on that day, everyone can say we are really proud of them, because they work really hard, and they back us up pretty well on that day.
Yeah, there wouldn't have been much of a break for them. They were really under the pump.
Yes, we work from the opening to the close.
I bet.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Well, congratulations. That's amazing. I was at the preview, as I said, and I had the crispy duck, which was a collaboration with Love a Duck. Why did you want to open the city store with the collaboration?
I think it's just a great way to introduce, our bakeries to the CBD people. And duck is it's a premium meat that you won't see often in the banh mi. So that's something exciting that we for the grand opening of the store. And then we can see the alignment of Love a Duck to our brand, because we both third generation business. So it makes sense, and yeah, it's just a coincidence that we are working on the duck recipe, and then Love a Duck reach out, and then we do a collaboration with them together.
That's nice. It's a nice coming together for sure. Now, you just mentioned that you are a third generation Vietnamese baker. Can you tell me about your family's baking history and how it shaped you?
Okay, so it's back in the 1980s. So it's 1980s. So it started from my grandmother, and then it passed to my dad, and now I am here. So it's a part of my life that like like growing up in a working family, especially about a bakery. So I'm helping them, like in very young age that like before school I can help them with like deliveries to all the bread in like on my by my bicycle.
Oh.
Yes. So to the every like to the store the store the tiny little store like the side of the street in Vietnam.
Which city, which town is that?
Ho Chi Minh City.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I'm from the south.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So you used to cycle around the streets of Ho Chi Minh City?
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive. I'd be nervous.
So and now it's all my brothers in Vietnam. They doing the bakeries.
Yeah.
So and then we have upcoming fourth generation, my niece.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Wow.
She's already start like getting familiar with the the bakery stuff.
Yeah, so good. And what are your earliest food memories? You said you used to do the deliveries, but do you have any other food memories from the bakery days?
Yeah, so waking up, like before sunrise, because like all the noises they make, because back in Vietnam, so we live at the same like place when we do bakeries. So bakery downstairs, we normally live upstairs. So I heard like we heard a lot of noises, and especially like during morning rush. So the smell of the bread, the smell of the wood fire oven, like it brings a lot of sense to me. And then I remember when my mom and my auntie, so they do a store for my auntie, like selling bánh mì to the people around that area. They do what I'm doing now. So we supply bread, and then my mom and my auntie, like cooking meat on the charcoal grills. It brings all the smell, like it brings back to my memories.
So delicious. They're great memories. I can always taste it. And then you arrived in Australia at 19 to study.
Yes.
And when did the idea to open your own banh mi shop?
Well, okay. So I work part-time in the bakery, like when I was at uni. So it's always been around it, like even when I graduate from the university and I'm doing, banking and accounting, I still have part-time weekend job at a bakery. Somehow I like to work 7 days. so it keeps, like building up. And then I just started like 2019 when I think, okay, now I think it's time. I just started.
Yeah.
Small bakeries, like local bakery in Reservoir. And I think that, like, but I knew it. I did something different from the rest.
It's a good combination, banking and accounting. So having that business side with the food side, like
yes. Yeah, but it's always be a part of me. Like whatever I'm doing, I'm still back in picking baking at like local bakeries.
Yeah. And now to the product. Now, this is interesting because I actually went on a foodie tour of Springvale Market a couple of Sundays ago, and there's an SBS food presenter, Duncan Liu. I don't know if you've heard of him. But anyway, he took me on this tour, and he said that the real banh mi is often charcuterie, so the cold meats, and I'd never even heard of that, and because I always think of crispy pork. But for you, what makes the perfect banh mi?
So it should be the bread. It's the most important is the bread. It needs to be fresh. It needs to be crispy outside and soft inside, but it shouldn't be too hard to cut your gum at the top of your mouth. And then we have, like spread, we have creamy pâté and, like buttery egg mayo to basically to build a foundation of the banh mi thịt. yes. And then we have tanginess of the pickles, fresh of herbs, and then the rich, flavorful of the protein. That what like it should be in the banh mi, and then tie everything up with a flavorful sauce that like bring everything together. So it's how I see a perfect banh mi.
And your banh mi are loaded. I think they're very good value for money and so delicious. You're known for making everything in-house, so the bread, the pâté, the sauces.
Yes.
Why is that level of detail important for you?
So it's full on like how we can basically keep our consistent. Like we don't outsource anything. So we make our own bread, and then we make everything. So we use our own recipe. And when I say my own recipe, it might come it came from my mother. Yes, but with my treats in there too. So to fit the local taste. So, and then with these, so it helped us because of the level of details. So we know that like how the customer will accept that. Like if they, because I come from the south, so normally the southern people they have very sweet tastes. Yes, so by doing that I can adjust to suit the local taste, and then to make everything perfect for our product banh mi. Yes.
And you've said quite famously, I think, that you want to open 15 venues in Melbourne by the end of next year. Yeah. Why 15 and why now?
So we've been working on the foundation. We built a strong foundation already. We spent, let's say, years to get the point we are now. So I think it's time for us to expand, like to the key area of Melbourne, like Melbourne Metro, and then in the west, in the north, that where like our customer, like are. And then with the 15 store, it will increase our footprints, like during in that area. So we have more. So we can have more, like customer perceptions about our brand, how we do it, what we are, how we do it, and they can see, like how good we're gonna be around, that area. So 15 store is, reasonable for us.
And then how do you keep the heart and authenticity of Luke's banh mi intact while you're expanding at that pace?
So we have built a very good system that like we can check with the quality of our products. So we provide training, we work on training and procedure that to make sure that we have full control of everything. And all of our stores we treat all of our stores is a bakery. So it's not a takeaway shop, it's a bakery, a proper bakery. So we make everything inside, we make everything with the help of the central kitchen to keep things consistent, but the cooking side of it needs to be happen in store. So everything is fresh daily. So and then we working on like the way that we develop the food for the customer. We think about like how it's gonna be, like how it's gonna be stay fresh, how it's gonna stay fresh for, let's say, a couple of hours. And so so all the protein will be delivered daily as well, no frozen. And by that we can control the freshness, the authenticity of the our products that sell to the customer.
Yeah, great. And it's so nice when things are baked or cooked on site for people to smell that. It's
Yes.
really so appealing. And so looking to the future, Luke, will you expand beyond Melbourne, do you think?
Yes. Yes, we have a plan. So definitely Melbourne. We aim to have 30 stores by the end of 27.
Wow.
And then Sydney will be, we're going to have a first store in Sydney. Also, a treasury under our order by 27.
Wow. Because I was telling some of my friends in New Zealand about how the fun night I had at your CBD launch, and I had photos on my Instagram, and a lot of New Zealanders don't know what banh mi is, especially in the South Island. So there's an open field for you there in New Zealand.
Yeah, so we also, like who knows, like one day we have, every looks in or every suburb of Australia. Yes, so we looking forward to it.
I love it. Good growth mindset.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure you've got lots of things to get on with today, given that you are taking over the world with your banh mi. So thank you so much for your time. It's lovely to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Conversation with Chef with Luke Vu from Luke's Banh Mi. You can check out all the goodness on Instagram at Luke's Banh Mi. That's LUKESBANHMI. Or better still, go into one of the stores and try these delicious banh mi for yourselves. You can go to Puckle Street, Moonee Ponds, Clarendon Street in South Melbourne, or Little Bourke Street in the city. If you'd like to hear more stories from other chefs, I'm also on Instagram at Conversation with a Chef. You can read this chat online at www.conversationwithachef.com, and of course you can follow me on Apple and Spotify podcasts if you so desire. I would absolutely love it if you told a friend about my chats. I still reckon it's the best way to get these delicious stories out into the world. Once again, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day and bon appetit.